And as you see, you can
Okay.
succeed in this business without being technically savvy. I'm just saying.
Yeah, true statement. Fair. So I think I do everything old school that you and I did from day one. We took
Yeah.
the Floyd Wickman thing together.
Red Hogs, absolutely.
Yeah. And like I still do my handwritten notes. I I my clients become friends and I stay in touch and I send out every time I send out a mailer, I put something of value in it, whether it's like 2-for-1 improv tickets or which are free, like they just give them to me, or Chick-fil-A coupons, free
Right.
Chick-fil-A. And so I I want people to be excited to get my mailer. It doesn't have anything to do with real estate at all because I don't need a new recipe or
Right.
or new whatever. So I send out happy house anniversary cards.
Absolutely.
So like I keep them in this folder, January through December and like how long they've been there. And like, I can't believe you've been in your house for 11 years already. So it's old school.
It is old school. And Kim, yeah, that just reminds me of so many things we used to do back in the day. And I remember when Lalo's Mexican restaurant was across the street and we talked about Chick-fil-A. And
Yep.
I think, we both work from the premise that every time they receive something from us, they need to be excited. And matter of fact, what they do is when they open it, they flip it over because they know something valuable is going to fall out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I love that because again, success is simple. It's just not easy,
Yeah.
right? And old school still works. And I think especially when we live in this AI society, if we forget exactly who we are, then we will forget who we are. And AI will forget who we are, right? So again, do the little things. That's what I've heard,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
Now, I've got a number of questions because I told you most of the time this is going to come straight from my heart,
Yes,
but there's always one or two things that I'm intrigued about. So the first is easy. One, you volunteer everywhere,
I do.
and again you have a servant's heart. Okay, so this is coming from a leadership, perspective. Okay, I mean, between KW Cares and all the other things that you volunteer for, how do you truly know when you're serving versus, subconsciously, tying your identity to just being needed? There's a difference there.
Hmm. That is an amazing question. Um,
Now, again, that comes from someone who's a high I off the charts, right? And I'm an IS, which surprises people. And yes, I love I love being needed, but I also think that I realize that I'm a way better Indian than chief, right? So that's where that question came from, and I
I
think it's a zinger.
I I think that that is such a good question, Ben. Um, I think that I get more out of volunteering than anything that I'm giving. I don't know if that makes sense. Like
Yeah, it does.
when I leave the food pantry or doing senior Thanksgiving or whatever it might be, like my heart is so full
Hmm.
that I like I just like look I want to cry. Like I
Yeah,
just like I just I'm,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just so
And
just
Kim, I knew that. I knew
I,
that about you, and I expected almost that exact response
okay,
because
good.
I know that you get way more. You get way more than you give. And I think because of that, And I told my coach that I truly need to have this patent because I believe that it's the law of left field because you just serve, you serve, you serve. And because of that, all of a sudden there's a blessing that comes, boom, from left field. You never saw it coming.
Yes.
It's because you weren't looking for it. All you were looking for was to take care of people, serve people at a high level. You love on people and your friends like no other. And guys, I will tell you, if there's a lesson to be learned here, it is that because Kim is passionate in everything she does, and especially with her friends. And I think because of that, that's the reason why the majority of your business is referral. And she doesn't have to knock on doors. She doesn't have to do open houses and call expireds and all and for sale by owners, all that. Kim is simply loving on her people and her people are loving on her back. So there's the message.
That's
Hey,
perfectly perfect.
I'm glad I answered that for you. So because I know you well. I know you well.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to give you an easy one.
Okay.
So Kim she's a dog lover, and I don't know if that it looks like a damn kimono dragon. I don't know what all the pets in this menagerie that you have. Okay, what I do know is this: there are lessons that you've learned,
Hmm.
especially being a dog lover,
Yeah.
right? So what's being a dog lover taught you about humans? Give us a parallel there between the two.
Okay. 1 second.
I know.
Look,
I'm like, dang, you about to show us something. Oh, look
look
at it.
at
Oh my
that
God.
baby.
Okay, this is a first. Just know this is a first, but keep going.
This is Pickle. I took him to closing at Universal Title in our office, and Avery literally couldn't get enough photos with him. Isn't it beautiful? Anyway, so dog lover. Um, this is why I think I'm not married. Ready for this? I think that I know how to love someone unconditionally, and I'm not sure that there's someone out there that can love me the same way. So that's what my dogs have taught me. Like, there doesn't matter what I've gone through. They know when you're sad. They know when you're sick. They know all the things, and they're still just right there by your side.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Steve, you heard that. I think just unconditional love, and she's not exactly sure that humans can give it back to her that way.
that's a very true statement. I think friends do.
Yes.
They, I mean, I, yeah, I think my friends do because, you know, most of my friends um, so I started working when I was 13 and I started to work for Gadzooks when I was 16, and I was managing our highest volume store when I was 17. And probably 80% of my friends are from when I was 17, like 40 plus year friends, like, and not like one or two, like 20s, 30, like yeah. So
Okay.
unconditional, yeah.
That also says a lot about you, because you're a true friend, and I believe the same of myself. Is that they should want you and I and a Steve Markel and a Kelly Can. They should want us as friends because we're true. We're
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
right. We want nothing from you other than to love you and for you to win, and I know you want the same. So, all right. Again, we're having a love fest here, so Uh, I will move into a little more business.
What you
So
got?
again, with you being again rookie of the year 25 years ago, I mean, there are some lessons that you've learned back then. Share something that that you bring forward, 25, 26 years later that you didn't know when you started, but now you clearly know that's also moving your business forward.
I didn't know anything when I started, so I was in kindergarten. So I was
Mhm.
moldable. Um,
Moldable. I like that already. Okay.
oh, hi Pickle. Okay. All right. Um, I started in the business with like a I'm I'm gonna just be amazing. You know what I mean? Like, so like before I took my real estate exam, I did a letter to my database, which I had put in place before I even had my, license. And I said, I'm about to be your real estate expert, all the things. And then before I took my exam, I wrote my I did it letter because most people, it takes 5 or 6 times to pass the Texas real estate exam.
Yeah,
And
back then it took me three. So yes.
I
Hmm.
was like, no, I mean, one and done.
Yeah.
I did it letter before I even took the exam, passed, mailed my letter. And then from there, it's just, I, now I don't think this is necessarily healthy in normal cases. I worked 7 days a week. I didn't sleep for like the first like 14 months I was in the business. Um, but I loved it. It didn't feel like work. And
Yes.
still to this day, it doesn't feel like work. I mean, it's not rocket science. You have a seller that wants to sell and a buyer that wants to buy, and it's the most exciting time in someone's life. And I'm honored to do it. Like, I always hear people say, oh, I have this deal or my deal fell apart. I hate that word. It's not a deal. This is the most important transaction in this person's life at this moment. You're honored and privileged to be a part of that. And the reward is the paycheck, but this is not a deal, you know?
I love that. So again, it's not just a deal, it's not just a transaction. I mean, these are lives that we're dealing with, right? Just treasured moments that we're honored to be a part of, and we should view it that way. And I think it's interesting because I know many years ago I changed my thought pattern from, again, how many transactions do we want to do? How many deals do we want to do? And when you change that to how many lives do you want to affect? How many people do you want to serve? It hits differently.
It
It
has
hits differently.
attitude at all times.
Yes.
Even when something falls apart, servant attitude. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to have to make that call and tell someone, hey, this is the worst phone call I'm going to have to make today, and I'm so sorry. And we're going to cry together over this. But this, so yeah, you have to have that servant attitude at all times. It's never about the paycheck.
Got it. All right. Well, tell us something, and tell me something about Kymberly that I don't know, or that you keep hidden, protected from others, because you know what? This is family here, so you can be vulnerable. Tell me
Yeah.
something.
Um, I'll tell you something. Ready to get deep?
Let's go.
Well, I think you actually know part of this, but I was married to a very not good person,
Yep.
and um, who's in jail at the moment. Um, and I don't think a single one of my clients ever knew or were affected by that. Like, when you're going through the worst of worst times, like, my escape was to be amazing and to
Mm.
serve them.
Through your pain, through your pain.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
No, I mean, yes, I knew, but I didn't know the depths of that.
Yeah.
And again, I think that what we're hearing is that through all of that pain, you still decided to be amazing with your clients because, again, you were wearing that mask.
Yep.
And many of us know about wearing a mask,
Yep.
right? We shield it from others.
Yep.
It's imposter syndrome. That's what it is. And so you took that energy, which was so negative here, and you made it positive over here with your clients. And again, I think that's another reason why they continue to love on you and just constantly keep you fed with business. So through all of that, truly, there was a life lesson learned. Again, what was it? And I would say, without putting words in your mouth, that uh, I know how resilient you are, but there's probably another term, another adjective there that I'm not thinking of. What is that?
Good question. Um, Survival.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
True that. True
Mm-hmm.
that.
That's all I got.
Yeah. Well, again, that's enough. That's
Yeah.
enough. So, and that's powerful. And I think moving forward, don't miss it. I think be powerful. Andrew Webb said it last week. He said, be fearless. Uh, I would hear from you, yes, already just be moldable and be amazing. And then that'll carry you so far, especially today.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk business one more second because again, I told you time moves so quickly because I think we've got less than 10 minutes. So, um, because again, you are a top producer, even though we don't see you in the office. Tell us something that that you're working on now. What are you working on to continue to move the needle forward? Because again, these are challenging times that we currently live in. Okay. Are we still the same basic principles that you've been, uh, doing over the last 25 years? Is there something different? And I'm not seeing you on the social medias,
Yeah, I'm
much at all.
really big on the social media stuff, and maybe because most of my stuff is referral and or past clients. Um, it's kind of like this is how my brain works. I live in a neighborhood, it's a gated community, and there's 176 homes. And I think I get 6 postcards a week from realtors in the neighborhood. And it's all a combination of going to trash. So there's so many people that are doing the social media stuff to draw attention, but in my brain, it's all the same. And so how can I be different? I still do the drop bys. I still leave goodies on people's porches. I mean, there has to be something real and tangible that people can connect to versus a mailer or a stock email or something like that. So yeah, definitely still basics.
Do you touch your database? I think the Keller Williams way was about once a quarter. Do you touch them in a physical phone call?
Um, that's unfortunate. No,
Yeah,
I
I don't
should
do it, I guess.
I should be better at making that phone call. Like I was thinking about this yesterday. With the new homestead, um, I don't know, law or whatever, where you have to re-up it every 5 years.
Mhm.
I thought, okay, I'll go through my entire anybody that's owned their home more than 5 years, I'll give them a ring and be like, hey, listen, when you get this in the mail, this is a real thing. You need to redo your homestead. So I need to be better at that. There's my flawed benbaker.
Yes. Well, again, we all have them. And it's interesting because up until when I start hosting events, and do you host any events? And if so, I think you do some small micro events. Am I right?
I do them on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, you do. Yeah. That gave me, I think, a genuine opportunity to really call my database and invite them, make sure they got the invitations or they got the mailers or they got the evites. That was the only reason why I started calling after 30 plus years. I started calling my database to make sure, because then it doesn't feel businessy to me at all. It's just, hey, I'm hosting this event. I'd love to see you and your significant other there. Have a good time. Let's come together, right? And let's party. That felt genuine, because I'd have so many clients go, well, Ben, I'm good, bro. You just sold me a home 2 years ago. I ain't going anywhere for a while. And I'm like, but that's not why I'm calling you, right? And in people's mind, they thought, well, I only need Ben when I need Ben. And that's the case for so many. But Ben is trying to make sure that we stay connected for the next 7 years before you do something else. Or this month, next month, when you encounter a friend or a business associate who has a real estate need, hopefully I've already gained mind share. And if I don't stay in touch, you and I both know it's very easy to call Scott and to
Yeah.
call Steve and to call Kymberly, because they haven't heard from you in quite a while. So that's
Yep.
the reason why. So
Oh yeah, I've gotten butt hurt when I've found out somebody that it like I thought was like one of my besties or something, and I'm like, you used who to do what? Like butt hurt. So yeah, you got to stay in touch.
you have to. You have to. All right. Finish this up. What else would you like for to share before we depart today? Anything?
Hmm. I love your questions, Ben. Um, I don't know. I think to recap, don't make it about the paycheck.
Okay.
Servant attitude. Um, give to your community,
Yes.
and freaking just be a good person for God's sake.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know?
Yes. Be good people. I
Yeah.
know. I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, we'll go back to it's simple. It's simple. Just be a good person, right? So that's making me think of one other question real quick. So, what do you think that people misunderstand about the patience that it requires to build, this type of trust over decades? You've done it, right? What do people misunderstand about that?
I think a lot of times in the beginning, they think what we do is easy.
Yes.
I'm not afraid to share with people, like, I have a listing right now. It's out in McKinney. It's really actually Lowry's Crossing. It's ridiculous. It's 1 acre. It's got this 1,500 square foot workshop on it, blah, 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 blah. And I spent 4.5 hours on the phone with Collin County, with Lowry Crossing, with to the point where I finally got to City Hall to finally get the information that I needed, because everything in the tax rolls was wrong. So I don't have a problem letting my clients know that I don't sit around and do nothing. You know,
Yes.
there's so much behind the scenes,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah. And I would tell you there is a lesson I think that uh, anybody who's blessed us today on this call. Uh, I keep saying that one of our problems is that all they see is the pretty stuff,
Right.
right? They see the homes, they see the closings and the nice closing pictures, and sometimes there's champagne and this and that. What they don't see is the ugly side of a beautiful business. And I
Yes.
think it is incumbent upon us to start showing them that if we really want to increase our value and uh, our public perception, so that we finally move ahead. And we have started to distance ourselves between us and the used car salesman where we used to be back in the day. That'll only happen if we continue to show them what we do. Because you and I both know in just a normal transaction, it's upwards of 80, I think 120 people who are all involved in this transaction. We keep people employed along with helping to build legacies and dreams. And so let's not forget that, but let's not always just be there for all the pretty stuff, right? It's the 4 hours you put in. It's all the time we spend trying to keep deals together and satisfy this need and that one. And I think we need to do a better job of showing the public everything we do, because this is a beautiful business, but there's an ugly side to it too. And they need to see it all. They
And
need to see it all.
do you remember when I used to teach that class, uh, tips, tricks, and something, I don't know, but I would always start the class by saying, okay, everybody cross your arms. Now cross your arms the other way. And then this is after I was rookie of the year. And I was like, well, there it is. I don't have a magic pill. There's nothing I can do except for get you out of your comfort zone and cross your arms the other way. And this is hard. And I told them, I'm like, people may not tell you that. Let me tell you, as rookie of the year, I had to refinance my mortgage twice just to be able to skip a payment so I could make my house payment. So, like, this is not an easy gig that we've got,
Right.
ever, never. So, I think it's important for people to really connect to that.